They look at a Muslim and they say, well, she's wearing a hijab. Why is she wearing a hijab, right? Is she oppressed? You know, is she, what, is she scared to show herself? What's really going on? But when you ask somebody who's wearing a hijab, why are you wearing the hijab? They'll tell you it's because they feel the sense of chastity, the sense of people look at her in a different way. They don't look at her for her looks, but they look at her. I'm speaking just for a few people here, but they look at it as in, well, now they're looking at me for what I can do, my intellect, or what I can contribute, what I can study, what I have to say. They don't have to look at my beauty, all right, and use that as a preference, to have a conversation with me.
I don't feel that I have to wear the hijab because I'm a Muslim, or as a Muslim female. It's one of those things that I will wear when I'm ready to wear it, and no one can dictate when I can wear it or when I should wear it. In terms of clothing, I dress conservatively because I am a Muslim, but you don't see me wearing the abaya. So I'm choosing to practice my religion my own way, and not really going by what other people preach. Not that I'm saying they're wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who's going to answer to God, not them. So I will have my own beliefs, and I will explain myself in my own way.
It's things like that, just those common stereotypes out there, like women are oppressed. But when you read the Quran, there's passages all over the Quran that say women are just as equal as men. Everyone is equal, and the only difference between anybody is the level of good action that they do. It's the good that you do. That's the only thing that differentiates me from you, or you from, and nobody has a right to judge that. That's the second aspect.
Oh, they're totally oppressed. They have barely any rights. For example, if a girl, because they obviously practice the death penalty and it's extremely severe, and if a girl, for example, is, they want to kill her for something and she's a virgin, they'll rape her because it's wrong to, hang a virgin. So they'll rape her to make it right.
There are oppressed women in Islam, but there's oppressed women in every religion, in every cultural background, even in the West.
I'm doing an assignment on human rights and Iran, and I came across this thing where it was cited that a woman's life is worth half of a man's life. So, and I'm guessing that they took that from the tenets of the religion itself. So I don't see how the religion can't be oppressive. But I think that the culture is much more oppressive because they're struggling to go against the Western world. So they're just making it harder and harder and stricter for people.
See, the thing is, you have to find the positive coverage. The negative coverage is more rampant. It's unfortunate, but after 9/11, a lot of the stuff that comes out is more negative. But you do see documentaries, you do see articles that tell about the Muslim way of life, about the religious holidays, what people decide to do. I guess you do see it in the media, but you have to look for it. And naturally, you tend to remember the negative stuff more than the positive stuff because the negative stuff hits you harder, and you're just like, oh my God, is that what they think of us?
I really, really like to distinguish between what the media says and what is really the truth. And I'm not saying all media. I'm speaking specifically about the stereotypes on Islam and Muslims. And a lot of the terminology that I use, like Islam, Islamofascism, and different things like we have to fight the Islamic wave and the Islamic movement. But really, it's not the Islamic movement that you're trying to fight here. You're trying to fight a few people in political positions who use Islam as a flag to do what they want.
If I just wanted to update my news, I just wanted to keep my updated, I just use Toronto Star. However, it's unfair I can't rely on it anymore, is because it pissed me off when I heard it last couple of months, I should say 4 months ago, when I read an article, and this article was it was a coverage of Muslims' pilgrimage of Hajj, of Mecca. But that article, that beautiful topic, that beautiful speech, was just titled into a very narrow corner that you cannot even think about, with that 5 pages of coverage of, this is what it is, this is what they think, and there was and this 5 pages, I'm sorry, I didn't mention what this 5 pages were about. It was about those Iranian visitors who wanted to cause a little bit of problem. Political problem. Why? Because they wanted to, why Muslims are not fighting Israel and this and that. And this 5 pages going on just to show that Iran has sent this to a few people, and they are sending every year, just try to encourage the Muslims that you're not good, you're not this, and why you're not fighting this, and why just causing some problems. Political movement.
Every few decades, the world has a different enemy. Like it was Russia, the Vietnamese, Japanese. It's our turn right now. In another few decades, it's going to be someone else.
Today, I think most of this media portrayed are done by a couple of people who are running that company, and they wanted to have certain journals who are either in this extreme or another extreme. And the East is just claiming another thing, and the West claiming something else, and both of them have went too extreme. They shouldn't be going those two directions, East and West. They should come to this direction towards each other, trying to close that gap, to understand, to make the mutual understanding between the East and Westerners.
That as the world grows smaller, our common humanity shall reveal itself, and that America must play its role in ushering in a new era of peace. To the Muslim world, we seek a new way forward based on mutual interest and mutual respect.
When he actually addressed it that way, I had mixed feelings about it. I don't know how I felt about it. It was when he actually said that, I was like, okay, maybe he's trying to make amends, but then I was like, but he's trying to single them out too, so it's really weird. Another thing about Obama himself was that, when he was actually running for president, he was so adamant that he wanted to prove to everyone that he was not a Muslim, which is fine, because he's not. But, to the point where he never said it was okay to be a Muslim, he just wanted to prove the fact that he was not a Muslim. That kind of, that was scary when I was watching that, or reading about that.